Hey YouTube. So when I was asked to do a follow-up video for this TOOLCRAFT bolt carrier group, it's a 308 bolt carrier group, I pulled the pins out to kind of illustrate that the pin that comes with this bolt carrier group will not fit the bolt carrier group that came with the rifle. So this is actually a thinner firing pin. Alright, it has a smaller tip. When I was going through this, I even thought, I wonder why they did that. Probably to help with light primer strikes or something like that. Well, after I finished the video, I did some more research and I had to dig into this a little bit and figure out exactly why they did this, right? Because why change a good thing? Why make us get different firing pins? Actually, come to find out, there's a very good reason for them to do this. Because this is 308 and this is the PA-10 that this bolt carrier group just came out of right here. This is a 308 rifle, right? But originally, most of the 308 rifles that people had were bolt action. As a result, some of the 308 rounds are a little bit hot, and most bolt guns, they don't have a problem handling a little bit more powder in the load. But when you have a semi-auto like this, things change. So this whole system is made to combat over pressurization. Pretty much what happens is this butts up with your bullet, and then this pin slides through here. Your primer's right here, and it strikes that primer and it sets off the round, and the round goes flying out of the rifle. But when the round is overpressured, as soon as this pin breaks the primer, there's too much pressure, and some of the pressure starts going back. And what will happen in a normal bolt carrier group that has a bigger hole that fits a bigger pin, what happens is enough of that pressure can fit through that hole quick enough to where it will actually damage this retainer pin. This retainer pin will start to get bent, and it'll be almost impossible to get the thing out. And then you run into issues. You will have rounds where the primer is a small hole, like it is completely blown out, and that is one of the symptoms of it. And that is just because the ammo had too much pressure. It was creating too much pressure, and the pressure starts going back through the bolt, and it can cause damage. So how do you fix this? Well, you make the hole smaller, right? And because this is a smaller hole, only so much back pressure can get through this hole before pressure equals out. Because remember, you have pressure pushing the other way too. And as soon as that projectile starts actually moving, that way becomes the path of least resistance. It's only for an instant when the pressure is being generated that some of it starts flowing back. As soon as the pressure equalizes, you're good. So the idea is to not let enough pressure, back pressure, through in order to actually start causing damage to your bolt carrier, your retention pin, and all the little things like that. Now, that to me actually sounds like a valid reason to make me get a different firing pin. The other mistake that I made in my last video, I thought I saw these pins for like 10 bucks or something. No, they are $30. I'm just going to be real with you. The bolt carrier group's $130, but then the pins are $30. I can see now why. And you know what? You never know what kind of ammo you're going to get. So this is probably a good idea for most people that could switch up to a system like this in the 308 caliber, because like I said, you never know what ammo you're going to get. and it might be a little hot. So this helps you combat that problem. You will be able to work through that ammo without all the back pressure getting back here and actually damaging your retention pins, stuff like that. So I would definitely look into it. JP Enterprise actually started making this design to combat this with the 308 cartridge. The thing is, the JP Enterprise bolt carrier group is $350. And I'm sure they have some other little upgrades and things to make things lighter. But this is $130. So obviously somebody at TOOLCRAFT was paying attention and they said, hey, this JP thing, they actually did fix a problem. We should model one of our bolt carrier groups to fix that problem as well. This is what they've come up with. So you can either go the JP Enterprises way and spend $350, or if you're like me and you have a PA-10 that only costs you $570, I'm just going to get one of these for 130 bucks. This one's been shooting great, and I will just pick up one or two more of these pins for $30 a piece. We will see how long they last, but so far this thing has still been awesome, and I have a little bit more background information now on why this thing is set up the way that it is and some of the problems that can happen from dirty ammo. So it's a cool little bit of knowledge to acquire, and I just kind of wanted to share it with, well, at least the people that were asking about this. But this is why we have a different firing pin, and it might actually make a difference for you. This might be a nice upgrade for you for the price of even less than a normal bolt carrier group. So something to think about, and hey, like and sub if you appreciate anything that I do here, and I will catch you on the flip side later, everybody. Have a good Christmas.